Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to show you how to go from 0 to 500k on EAFC. So if you're new around here and you need a team like mine, minus the red carded gullet, you are in the right place. And all you've got to do to say thank you is subscribe, drop a like down below, and of course, if you do want to get you some coins in a little bit of a quicker way, well, if you guys are still stuck with a team like this, and everyone you play in Champs has a team like this, then you need to head over to Sky Coach in the link below. Not only have they got the cheapest and most reliable service for FIFA coins, you can pick any amount of coins, select your console, and put in code PRORECALL for 10% off. Now, you guys know we did a giveaway recently, £50 worth of FIFA points to a lucky winner, and it was just based off us getting a good player in a pack. Now, we're already going to do one on the last day of this month, but if we get a big player in this pack, I will double it. Now, it looks like we've just been given an absolute stinker here. Arnold is, bronze. Oh my God. I mean, it's good for fodder. Like, I'm not gonna argue it's good fodder, but like, no inform. Yeah, it's not great, is it? Of course, I say this every day, but you always want to get your preview packs completed. Now, we've got 8 minutes left on this one, which means by the end of the video, I will come back to that and get that completed so we can see if we've got anything out of it. Now, I released a video yesterday going from 0 to 100k, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Everything that's in that video, of course, I'll link the video down below. You can go and check that out in order to get yourself to 100k, and then all of the video, or all the methods in this video are going to be a minimum of 50k for the players, or around that kind of budget. First of all, obviously, we've released a new UEFA marquee matchup, so obviously getting this one done as well. You got prime mixed players, jumbo premium. We've also got a premium gold players pack and your daily future stars. So all of those make an absolute sense as a no-brainer. Every day you want to get them completed. So first of all, when we get over to the transfer market, there's a few filters, and we're going to go through some old but golds. Premier League, you want to go over to Manchester City, and we're going to start off with a pretty simple one. Portugal, Man City, it's a really, really easy filter. You got Bernardo Silva, obviously we want to get rid of Nunes, so don't worry, minimum 10,250 on this one. Bernardo Silva and Ruben Diaz are going to be the highlights of this one. Unfortunately, we lost Cancelo, who was another lovely highlight in this filter previously. So there you can see Ruben Diaz and Bernardo. Now, of course, these guys I would say are two of the most common 88 and 89s. As far as my own experience has been, I pack these guys pretty regularly. Bernardo Silva, pretty much every damn time I open a few packs, I know I'll be getting him. Now, they're going for 20k pretty much dead on. So that's, I mean, just over maybe, so 21. So let's just have a look at this price in here, 21. Yeah, it looks pretty bang on. 21,000 coins. EA tax will be 1,050. So if we go to 19k, we're going to be making 950 coins per card. So just under that K mark per card, which is actually not too bad at all. Now, we can go over to 19,250, and that basically means we'll be making, like, I think 700 coins a card, about that. 700 coins is a minimum. Obviously, it gives you a little bit of a better chance of picking up a card. Like, percentage wise, you're slightly more likely to get one at 19,250. But obviously, either way, you're spending a bit of time with it. It's your decision what you're happy with on the profit. I personally am happy with any bit of profit. If you're spending 20k, obviously you want to make at least a K, but if you're getting 700, that's not far off. Now, this next filter will include, of course, Man City as well, because in the Premier League, they do hit a lot of the spots in terms of your sort of higher rated players. This one, we've got Edison and Alisson. Now, arguably, obviously, Alisson is, you know, the better of the two, but I'm surprised they're not on the same rating, to be honest. I think they should be the same rating. I don't think that Alisson carries Liverpool any more than Edison carries City, and obviously neither of them actually carry the teams because they're pretty much in the best teams in the world. But nonetheless, we're pretty much at the same price range for these filters. Now, the reason you might want to change between them, if you're not getting much luck with Bernardo, or if you're not getting much luck with Edison, you can switch over to the other filter and try it out. So you've got kind of that diversity between the two to give them both a go. Now, obviously, it is realistic that you're probably going to get Edison more. Similarly, with the last filter, you're going to get Bernardo Silva more, but you've got that chance at an 89 on top of your 88, which is always good. Now, obviously, we do prefer to have filters when they're the same rating because it makes things a little bit easier. So don't worry, we've got something like that as well. And apparently, I've got some big yawns as well, but the next one, we're going to go for the Belgium nation. I think you guys will really know who's coming up for this one. So this is basically cheaters galore. So we've got Courtois, who I believe stole De Bruyne's misses. I think that was the story. And to be fair, when you look at De Bruyne, he does kind of look like the kind of guy who's going to get cheated on. And that's a mad thing to say about someone who is infinitely richer than I will ever be. I think his monthly check is probably more than I will ever make in a year, probably in my life, and yet he still gets cheated on, which says a lot about how unlucky you are to be a man, realistically, because we are just going to get cheated on. But nonetheless, 45 EA tax, obviously, realistically 4.5, half that, 2,250. If we go down by 3k, we're looking at about a 750 coin profit. I would say on this one, you don't want to be making any less than a K, because obviously we're putting down 43K just to get a snipe. So you don't really want to be making less than a K. If anything, you should probably snipe at 41,750, but for the sake of the video, we do want to get a snipe a little bit quicker. Obviously, you can also go over to your 44. Oh, it looks like okay, there's none at 44 there. We can obviously do a little bit of compare pricing here. Now for compare price, obviously we're at the end of the page, so if one comes up I might miss it, but we're just looking for that 43, 42 sweet spot. I do think by doing it on compare price, you've got slightly more of a chance of actually getting that snipe there, because there is a fair few cards here. It does look like he's pretty much bang on the price for his rating, so you've got to bear that in mind when you're doing the filter. Is he valued fairly for his rating? He kind of is. Now the other thing you can do is, if we take away gold rare and we go Premier League and we just go for City and we go Belgium, that one's going to bring you up a Doku De Bruyne filter. Now obviously, because he's got so many informs over here, it is mostly an informed Doku filter. Before, his informs were a little bit more costly, it was more realistic, you'd get them together. Now what we can also do is go for future stars and of course Man City. Now a little bit of a problem with that is that we've got Rico Lewis here. Is it Rico Lewis? I've got the name right. Rico Lewis. And then we've got Doku. So there's a bit of a disparity in the pricing, but what we can do, luckily, is forward Premier League, future stars. I want to say it's pretty much a minimum of 1 million coins at this point. We've got, yeah, I mean, the fact that Highland and Elise is somehow there, I mean, I don't know how you can siphon them out of this filter, but obviously we can do one with compare price where we're looking at Doku, we're looking at Garnacho, and we are looking at, of course, Palmer. So you've got options there. I can't, oh, Palmer's not even a forward, so it is just Garnacho and Doku. I'll get it right at some point. Now, another filter we actually looked at yesterday in the video, but I mean, we didn't get a lot of views, so I will re-show this because it's actually a really good filter. Is Special Defender Man City, minimum of 100k. This one is gonna, okay, we want to get rid of, okay, how much, what price are we at for these guys? So what, maybe minimum 200k? How do I get rid of this boy? Ah! Minimum, I'm being dumb. I'm being so flipping dumb, by the way, guys. So if any of you realised how dumb I was being early on, then yeah, fair play to you. Just want to go English. We've got Walker and Lewis, who basically bang on the same price. I actually don't know how that Walker, I don't know why they released that Walker, to be honest, because they released him while the Walker had an Evo that is better. So I don't see like the value in it. Whereas before, that Walker card would compete with Van Dijk. If they put that out as an 88 or an 87, equaled the Evo, but made it a centre-back, it just would be better as centre-back. We all know how it works. They'd make him better. So I don't see why they didn't just do that. But this one, you probably want to go about 270. Rico Lewis goes for about 300k, so you're making 15k a card. You can even go 280 and you're making 5k a card. So that one's kind of just up to you if you're willing to make that low on the amount you're spending. I personally would say 275 is probably fair. 10k minimum made, always a win really. Now, obviously, it's going to be one that you might have to do a bit of compare price on, spend a bit of time on, but we've got a lot of players on it, so it's nice. You've got two big defenders who are actually realistically brilliant in game. Now, hopefully, my preview pack is ready for me. Obviously, I don't know why we're sort of excited to wait for that, because the reality is we're going to wait for this preview pack. We've got 15 seconds, do a little countdown. So what is going to happen is I'm going to get scammed. I'm going to get scammed in this preview pack. I predict it's worth about a K. No, 2K. We'll say 2K. 3, 2, 1. Does it reset straight away? Does it? Oh, that's quite cool. I've never done that on the drop. Yeah, so we've definitely not. What, Argentina? Yeah, it's not. I mean, that's that. Yeah, I mean, I was probably right on with 2K. Yeah, it's not. Oh, okay, right. We got that 3K. Oh, wow. EA's a scam, but I'm not. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow.